I don't know about you guys, but every time I reach that stage of a project where I've got to take my work from my local computer to show other people in the world, I get this sinking feeling because I know what's coming. I'm inevitably going to have to log into some third-party dashboard like Vercel, Netlify, or Cloudflare, navigate around to find the place where I can add my new project, and go through all the headaches and multiple builds before I realize I'm missing some environment variable or some other build step. It's super manual, super frustrating, and I just hate it. But I do need to do it if I want others to see my lovely app that I built. Right? Right? Well, maybe not, thanks to the awesome new static hosting component. With it, we can host our front end on Convex itself and then show the world. Now, it's not designed for production workflows, so you're not going to be running Amazon.com on it or anything like that, but it is perfect for just getting your idea quickly into the hands of others. I personally have been using it for a while now, and so I've got a few tips and tricks that I've learned along the way that I want to share with you guys. So, once you've grabbed yourself a lovely cup of tea, drop me a like and sub, let's get into it. Alright, so we're going to use this lovely cat sharing app that I built as an example. So me and my best buddy Codex, we vibed this out and we're happy with where it is locally. And it's pointing currently to our Convex dev deployment. But now we want to get this hosted somewhere so we can share this masterpiece with the world. So enter the Convex static hosting component. So let's tell the agent, please install and use the Convex static hosting component so I can share this lovely awesomeness with the rest of the world. Now, do make sure that you use the words Convex static hosting component because I've seen the agent go off and get pretty confused if you just say Convex hosting or hosting component or something like that. Alternatively, you can just directly link to the component's documentation and then so it won't get confused. The docs, by the way, are excellent and even have this nice little integration.md document for agents to consume. Anyway, so after a minute or two, it should be done. And it should have installed the dependency. So the latest version is 0.14 as of making this video. And it should have added the component to your app definition in convex.config.ts in your Convex directory. And should have registered your front-end serving routes in the http.ts file. It should have exposed your API in the static hosting.ts file. These are basically the internal functions that your agents are going to use to deploy your front end. More on that in a minute. And finally, it should have added a handy script or two into your package.json. That'll help with deploying. And hopefully, if all goes well, your agent should have now given you a working URL to share. And bam, there we go. It was that easy. I can navigate around and I can then go ahead and upload another cat and everything just works. One thing to note here is that all the cats that we had before are still showing here. That's because our site is actually pointing to our dev deployment, which here in this case is Sincere Viper 855. This might be what you want. You might want the world to see your development database, but probably more likely is you want to have it in a separate production environment. So your production data is separate from your development data. So that's what this --prod flag does on the upload command. It's going to first build your project and then it's going to make sure that it's going to inject the production Convex deployment URL when it builds. Cool, so that works. So if you're anything like me at this point, you're wondering, how does it do this exactly? Well, it's not actually magic. So when you call the upload or the deploy command, what it's actually going to do is build your app and then bundle it into the dist folder here. And then what it's going to do is basically just take all those files and upload them to the Convex backend itself using those exposed internal functions that we saw earlier. And then those uploaded files are going to get stored in Convex storage, which we can see if we open up the dashboard here. Then if we open up the data tab for the component, we can see that we have this mapping between the file name and that stored file. And then finally, it's just going to serve those files from those HTTP actions that we configured before. Pretty neat if you ask me. Now, as mentioned before, serving files directly from Convex, which is by the way using S3 under the hood, is not the most efficient or cost-effective way of building websites, but I guess it's perfectly functional for a small app like this. A more efficient way of doing this would be to use a CDN. And you can actually configure Convex static hosting component to use a CDN as the base URL in http.ts file. So you can have it point to Cloudflare or AWS or Akamai or something like that. Oh, by the way, while we're here looking at some of these config values, if you have an existing API inside of your Convex project, you can actually configure a path to prefix serve your files on, so it doesn't get confused with existing HTTP actions. Oh, hang on one second. Yep. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Love you too. Okay, so that was just me from the future, and he told me that you guys had a bunch of questions about this, so he thought I should probably just answer them here. Firstly, does it work with a Next.js or some other server-side framework? Yes, sort of. You have to build your Next.js project as a static export and then tweak some of the environment variables a bit. The docs do have some stuff on this that you or your agent can read. This does mean that you can't do server-side Next.js actions or things like that, but why would you bother when you already have Convex actions? If you aren't a fan of that convex.site domain at the end here, don't worry, because Convex does actually support custom domains for its deployments. So as long as you're on a Convex Pro plan or higher, you can change this domain to be whatever you like. So our lovely little cats app here is a React Vite application that does all its navigation locally, not server-side. So for example, when I click here on the About page, notice that the URL changes to /about. But if I was to refresh the page now, womp womp. Don't worry though, it's only doing this because I actually changed the default setting here in http.ts file to set this SPA fallback to false. If I flick it to true, or I just remove it entirely and leave it to the default setting, which is true, then after a quick refresh, our About page is going to load as expected. So what I'm trying to say here is that client-side routing just works out of the box, so no need to worry about that. Yes, you can use this on the CI. I'm actually using it on lots of different projects at the moment, and I generally have my projects set up to build and deploy from GitHub Actions. So to get this working, it's kind of the same thing as just a normal Convex deployment setup, which is you need a deploy key, so you can grab that from the Convex dashboard, or you can use the new handy-dandy CLI capabilities to generate one. Then pop that key into the GitHub Actions /secrets, whatever it's called, and then have your agents build you a workflow script. Simples. Can you let users know of your currently running application that there is a new version? Yes, you can, and it is a really cool feature that in the past I've had to build manually myself. To get it to work, you just need to expose the current deployment on your server side via a function. Then the component comes with this React component that you can just drop into your application, and it's going to look at whatever the current deployment is. When it changes, it's going to let the users know that there's new version, prompting them to refresh. Very nice. All right, so that's about all I have for you today. My voice is dying, so I hope you guys found this useful. And if you did, I would love it if you drop me a like and sub. But until next time, thanks for watching. Cheerio.